How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to another Dungeons and Dragons with Panda PCHS and Hunter High Times. We are here with the beginning of a new DLC, Age of Triumph for Purity. We will have Hunter High Times recap what happened last episode in case you missed the ending of the time in the past.
Alright, fam. Last time, we bought a poison from a witch doctor. We went and attempted to poison the dragon, but it woke up. It flew out, knocking most people unconscious. Lucifer ended up holding it with a wind something. And then the guardian shot it through the chest with a rifle. Then we destroyed the wand. I lost my arm. I then stood by her side for 30 days. And then all of a sudden, the two dragons... the two dragons that we freed but didn't kill gave me a talking to, said Lucy was going to stay the same way she was, and I was going to, then I was apparently in greater something than the gods than they thought, more important or something, and then we were teleported back to our own time, where we lie in the wreckage of the Tabaxi village I destroyed. And Lucy is still in the trance. Oh no, her eyes just opened, holding the crystal that was in the ground from the wand.
Beginning game perception.
12.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers to a new campaign.
So, upon Lucy waking up, she says, "I know what I have to do," as she spreads her wings and takes off.
What?
Lucy then travels all the way down to the sacred spot in which this crystal is planted to grow the tree. Over this time, the whole entire year passes. Hunter High Times, 2 months after having no arm, decides to go see yet another witch doctor, like he said in the past. The witch doctor sews a monkey arm to him.
Oh no.
And then imbues it with wild magic. Over the past year, time loops have opened. They have not seen the likes of Dawnfell, the likes of Malfuric, the gem that High Times, aka John, holds on to so dearly through this entire year, keeps it in a box, and can't help but think he might have made a wrong decision in the past, and that is why Lucy just disappeared. But knowing that the dragon said he couldn't continue to look the way she does and follow her path did not mean that his path came to an end, but more the less meant that he would rise among the darkness that would come. Over these time loops, we have been experiencing dark portals this past year. In these dark portals, men wearing black robes with white masks come out. They slit everyone's throats in villages, towns, the wilderness, anywhere they deem fit, in the name of purity. The only heroes left to stop them now are the ones left here in Toril. Hunter High Times, a year has passed. John opens his eyes, sitting on his throne. Sword of the Orc King in one hand, stone in the other, contemplating what this stone could be. You now have at least 10 to 15 minutes to do your own free time now, Hef.
I would call in a guard and ask if there's any word on Lucy and where she's gone.
Guard comes in and says that I have heard no word, sir. Last we heard, she took off, like you said, sir. We've been looking out her kingdom in Eternus, as well as here on Toril. We've also looked in Chult, since you guys have traveled to Chult together. Asked your friend Wakanga if he has heard anything. He said he would keep his ears out. And hopes everything is okay.
I say, dismiss everybody at once.
Dismiss, sir?
Out of my throne room, immediately.
Yes, sir. As everybody leaves and shuts the door.
I reach in to yet another box on the side of my throne room, hidden away where people can't see it. And I pull out the ivory root. And I sit there repeating, if I ever need guidance, just eat the root.
Good, at least you remembered what the note actually said.
And in this instance, John instantaneously decides he cannot bear any more time away from Lucy and must figure out what guidance he can get to find his friend and serve and help her. And eats the root.
You eat the root. So upon eating the root, your entire castle shakes. Your castle seems to fall apart.
Oh no.
As you fall into an eternal darkness, hit the ground, stand up, and you are now in the garden of the Shire, in the forest where where Crexus lives.
Who's that? Is that the dragon?
Crexus is the red dragon.
I go and find him. I go, Crexus! Crexus!
You see a cave leading into the ground.
I go into it.
Upon going in, you see a castle.
I yell, Crexus! Crexus, it's John! I could really use some guidance right now.
From behind you, you feel a draft.
I turn around and roll perception of 8 plus 9 for 16.
Well, hello, John. I see you found my home.
I say, Crexus.
Please, come.
I follow him.
As he walks down onto the heaping amounts of treasure and sits on the top of the castle. Please, have a seat in the throne over there.
I say, I shall not sit in your throne. I am not worthy.
Ugh, I killed the king. It's not my throne.
Okay.
It's treasure.
I sit in the throne.
As long as you don't take it,
I have my own
I won't have
throne.
to eat you.
I have my own throne.
Now, what brings you back to this time? You just left, did you not?
Believe it or not, it's been a year back where I'm from.
Has it now? It's been 3 days here.
I say, well, I don't know how that's possible, but I say, in my time, Lucy has vanished for over a year. Not a word, not a letter, not a sight.
Did she plant the seed?
I don't know. She disappeared.
Did she take the seed?
She awoke from her trance and flew away, not saying a word, not giving me a sign, just flew away like I was nothing.
But do you know if she took the seed?
She took whatever white crystal was in her hand.
Okay. That is the seed. As long as that seed is planted where it belongs, and that seed grows into the magnificent white tree with golden leaves, Orcus's wand will not return to this era until it is summoned, or until that tree is destroyed. And then you heroes must repeat the process if you were the heroes of that era.
I say, but how am I supposed to find Lucy? How am I supposed to figure out if this tree is planted? I don't know what to do. I have nobody that I feel I can trust. She just vanished. We were friends for years. We went back in time, and we come back and not a word, but just gone.
Here, take this.
I take it.
Oh shit.
What?
Interesting.
So I removed the ivory root, right?
Yeah. 'Cause you ate it, right?
Yeah. So what did I take?
What did you take?
You said that the dragon gave me something.
The dragon gives you a seed. It looks to be a seed.
I say, what do I do with this?
Well, let us just say your time as time traveler is over. However, you will sooner or later return to a realm that you have not been to in years and years.
I say, and the seed is for something there.
The seed is for you to eat.
And do what?
Just devour the seed.
When? When, like, any more information? A certain time, place?
When you see fit.
Okay. So do I just put magic seed?
Yep.
What the fuck? I say magic seed and Bixby opens?
I'm trying to find...
What it is?
No.
I say, so the seed will just bring me somewhere.
The seed is what we call a hopeful seed. If the creature you are searching for is alive, Upon eating the seed, no matter what plane he is in, or in this case she is in, if she is alive, you will teleport to her.
I say interesting. I say thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else that I can do for you while you're here, in case you don't get to come back?
I say that I got a green, I show him the greenish orb crystal. I said, didn't kill Lucy like I was supposed to, and a fairy took my maul and left this in its place.
Interesting.
Do you have any clue if I put it in my sword, if it's just a crystal? I've been wondering what to do with it as well.
That crystal, that gem, is imbued with arcana. It can be a very, very good use, if you know how to use magic, of course. Do you know how to use magic?
I don't know spells, but I know I've used magic weapons in the past.
But do you know how to use magic? Not spells, not rituals, but magic.
Yes?
Then you should be able to work that stone with a little bit of practice. Anything else I can do for you, King John, while you're here?
I say, no, I think that is all.
Farewell in your time. Question being, how are you getting back?
Oh?
You did only have one route. And here they are seasonal. It will not be around till spring.
I said, well, then I guess I start my journey for Lucy now.
But what of your kingdom, your people? You will have just vanished.
Good point. Is there any way you can send me back?
For a favor.
What is your favor?
When you go to Lucy, she will have more than likely her hands full with a bunch of things. If you happen to help her reach her full potential, then I will send you back.
I will help her. I always have and always will.
May I see your sword and the gem?
I hand it to him.
As he holds it in his hand and starts spraying immensely hot dragon breath fire all over it. And then crushes it in his hand and drops it on the ground. As it sticks so sharply into the ground, standing up, with the gem carved into the handle at the bottom of the hilt, so that if you hold it one-handed, you can power it with the other hand.
Okay.
And he says, I hope you can see I have done you a grave many favors.
You have, and I will repay them.
As he gives you another root.
I eat the root.
And you go back to your current time.
I take my hand. I pull the sword out. And I hold both hands, one on the crystal orb.
One on the gem and one on the handle.
And I try and focus with all my might to see what it can do.
Arcana check.
13.
Alright, so it starts to flicker green.
But nothing more. I'm gonna keep focusing and focusing. 16.
Total?
Yes.
It again flickers, but for longer of a distance, staying lit before it turns off.
I'm gonna focus all my emotions and feelings and everything and just try and channel them into this blade. 19. Natural, so 21, 22, 23.
Alright. So, that blade, that gem emits a green light, full and hollow.
I hold on with all my might and watch it fiercely to see what happens, you know?
Yep. So it just stays lit green while you hold it still.
Do I have anything in my room, in my throne room, not of high value, but of strong statured?
Statues?
I'm gonna try and cut a statue. So
With the blade or with the air?
Huh?
With the blade or just with the air?
I'm gonna try with just the air first.
Alright.
What am I rolling?
D20. Dexterity.
12 saving throw or normal?
Normal.
So 12 plus 9 is 21.
So, a green burst of energy goes flying, hitting that 5 feet in front of you as it starts to corrode with acid.
Okay, interesting.
So as you can presume, it takes an action to charge, and then you can lash it 5 feet in front of you, you know?
As far as I know.
Yeah. In this case, that means it launches 10 feet, because your blade reaches 5 feet, so the slash reaches the extra 5 feet.
Yeah.
So it would only do acid damage, not the slash, you know? If that makes sense to you.
Yep.
Alright then, boom! Perfect. Your plan.
I say, guards! Call a gathering of the people. I think I reveal the Great Orc's secret.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Alright, so they do that, Huff?
So I step out in front of all my people. What is my village name?
Your village's name?
Onslaught?
Yeah, you came from Onslaught.
Yeah.
That's the one you picked, right?
Yeah.
Alright, then yeah, you came from the top village Onslaught up there. Excuse me.
I say to my great orcs, we have unveiled the true meaning of the Hell's Orcs Enforcers from discovering what the first Orc King's sword's powers really contained.
Is that it?
I say, so I'm trying to get something out of my tooth.
It's all good.
I will now show you what the power can do. But then I will select an advisor in my presence to be gone to get the long but not forgotten Lucy, royal advisor.
How do you know she's even alive? You, the king, are gonna abandon us to see that somebody could already be dead?
If she is alive, I will leave. If she is not, I will stay where I am. I can promise you that.
What are you speaking, your majesty?
Do not worry, but we shall not be messed with, and you shall not worry about my return. Because as long as I have the power of the first Orc King's sword by my side, I will be safe. And I roll to charge it. Or do I have to roll to charge it? Or does it just charge now that I've figured out how to use it?
You still have to roll. You have to... So how this works is every time you roll a 17 or higher, it charges. But only if you're trying to charge it. Not if you just swing it. You have to charge the stone to use the stone. Make sense?
So I charge it with a 14, 15, 16, 17. Exactly.
Nice, nice.
And then I just shoot a light, kind of the acid into something in the sky like a bird, you know?
Yep.
And I just point and hit it. For an 18.
For an 18?
Yes.
So, again, a slash of acid launches 5 feet off of your blade and corrodes the target. And everybody's like, Our Majesty finally has magic! As they all start cheering and praising you, Hef. Celebrating the fact that you can finally use magic after so long of claiming that you couldn't, you know?
Yeah. I say, so fear not, my people. When I go on this journey, I shall return. Hopefully, with the royal advisor by my side again, so I am no longer distracted.
As they all cheer and cheer and cheer and start chanting your name, Hef.
I say, dismiss, as you shall be happy.
As everybody dismisses and leaves the room, they prepare a feast for what you have just said and bestowed upon them. So what's your plan now, Senor?
So I get I'm assuming the orc that I've had in charge in Lucy's position, you know.
Yeah.
For now, I say, I have to go find the royal advisor that was here before you. You shall keep the kingdom in tip-top shape till I get back. If I leave, I will eat this seed right now. If I am to perish away, you will then take my place at the royal throne with this letter signed in legal documents, and I write a letter saying that you are to keep the kingdom safe in my absence.
Okay, so who are you putting in charge?
Basically, whoever was in charge, whoever was in Lucy's position that I filled for that year, you know.
Alright. Makes sense.
And I eat the seed.
So upon eating the seed, you teleport into... You teleport to a place you have only ever heard tales of and never, ever dreamt that you of all people would make it to there. You, my friend, are in the abyssal.
Oh, God.
First floor of many floors.
Oh, God.
Just kidding, F. You've been teleported to the abyssal on floor 13, the Blood Tour. Ruled by two gods. It's ruled by Bathsheba as well as Umberly.
Oh. I go through the door.
What door?
I thought you said there was a door.
No, I said you're on the floor.
Oh.
Like you're on layer 13 of the abyssal.
Okay. I roll perception for a 12 plus 9.
You seem to be on an island surrounded by an ocean of blood.
Is there anyone around?
Nope. Just you.
I go, hello? Hello?
Nobody answers. Not a boat for miles, not a bird or flying creature for days. About 2 years in the abyssal passes.
Oh, God.
As you finally see some boats.
Like, hello? Hello?
As the boats continue going.
I'm gonna roll an intimidation check, kind of yell, you know? It's 16 plus 15 for 31.
So upon yelling, a creature reaches out from in the water and wraps its tentacle-like bloodiness around your calf and tries to drag you in.
I cut it off with the sword.
All right.
Critical.
Nice. So you slice it right off as you crawl back to the center of the island. Another 2 years in the abyssal passes. You're beginning to think you're going crazy. You don't understand how you haven't starved to death and died of dehydration. You're wondering why you're having such bad luck. You finally see what looks to be a medium-sized boat, like a Viking ship, in the distance. It looks to be heading towards you.
I'm gonna shoot up I'm gonna charge the sword. Nope. Charge the sword. Charge the sword. Clean off the area. Charge the sword. God damn it.
It doesn't want to work.
Okay, 18 plus 3, so the sword charges, and I shoot up just a beam to try and let them know I'm there, you know?
Yeah. So upon doing that, they come to the island. As the boat docks, 15 soldiers come off. What would you like to do, F?
I said, where am I?
They start speaking in a language you do not know.
Oh, lovely. I'm like, I don't understand you.
Why have you come?
I'm here.
Another different looking guy walks forward.
I am looking for a friend. A very important friend.
You're looking for a friend, you say?
Yes.
In the abyssal, an orc. You do realize us devils could eat you and rob you without a spite. As he spits on the ground.
I say, I'm not here to cause any harm. I am here to get my advisor back.
An orc's advisor in the Abyssal. What's he trying to do? Get to hell?
No, she possessed a very powerful weapon from this realm that changed her into something she wasn't. She planted something somewhere and has now disappeared. I got a seed from somebody that was called a hope seed. It brought me here, and it said if she was alive, this is where it would bring me. If she was wherever on whatever realm, if she was alive on it, it would bring me to.
So you're telling me that your advisor is on the Abyssal because this magic seed brought you to the 13th floor. Did you even pass any of the other 12? Because you have no scratches on you at all.
It just brought me straight to this floor.
Interesting. Well, it seems you were a stowaway on my island, so I am now taking you prisoner. You may now relinquish your items in peace and come, or we could remove your hands and your feet and drag you by the neck onto the boat, leaving your belongings, of course.
This seems like a bad idea, but
On the
did you say that the witch gave me wild magic in my hand?
No, it was made with wild magic, so that you can move your hand. Which means your hand does magic when you try to cast magic at a bad rate. Which means you have 50% chance it could go good, 50% chance your magic doesn't go good.
But we're gonna try it, see what happens.
So upon doing that, you get struck from behind, knocking you out cold. You wake up in what looks to be a boat's corridor with nothing but a robe on.
I say, you must give me my stuff back.
You get no answer.
I say, answer me! And we're rolling intimidation, which is 15 plus 2, so 28.
So you get no response. What is your plan, F?
I guess I just sit here until they let me out. You can't. What are the bars made of? Can I break them?
You're in a room.
Oh.
Not a prison, a room.
Okay, I'm gonna look around the room, I guess.
Were you even paying attention, Hef?
I thought you said a cell, so 13.
You do not see anything other than the door that you presume is locked. However, on the end table, you see an item that looks very, very familiar to you.
I go look at it, you pick it up. And I guess I have to roll insight to see if I know what it is.
Si, senor.
14 plus 9.
You see a deck of playing cards.
Oh.
But not just any deck of playing cards. It is the deck of playing cards you first played poker against Lucifer with in the human pub. In the Tavern of Wessex.
I pick up the cards. And put them in my bag.
Alright.
I don't have a bag.
So you're just holding the cards, trying to figure out how they got here, I'm assuming, then?
I'm gonna try and open the door.
Alright. So upon opening the door, you see a creature that is green, darkish green, as if it's a moldy color, with horns covered all over it.
I said, where did you get these cards?
Or not horns, but spines. Those are not my cards. Put them back before you get accused of theft and we cut your tongue out.
I put them back. I say, why am I here?
You tried to attack the general, did you not?
He was threatening to kill me.
If you didn't comply. And I'm gonna close the door. And when we get to where we get to, you'll be allowed out of your room. As he closes the door. Anything else you want to do in the room, Hef?
I just keep looking around it. I'm going to use my natural perception of 19.
Alright, so in a dresser drawer, you see what looks to be a corner piece of cloth sticking out of it.
Oh. I'm going to leave it for now.
Want to do another one, or you
Yeah.
just gonna sit? Alright.
I'm going to use my passive again.
Passive again? Alright. So, on the floor, you see what looks to be a new emblem. It looks to be the same wings that Lucifer has, with a rapier sword down the middle.
Uh-oh. I guess I just kind of sit and wait now.
Alright. So, you hear a bunch of cheering and thumping on the deck above you. As the door opens and you hear, "Come on your feet.
I get up.
Extend your hands."
I put them out.
He binds you and then puts another cuff with some chain attached to it to his wrist. And he starts walking.
I follow him.
"Make a sound, I'll cut your tongue out. Try to run, I will cut each and every toe off, and then your feet. Understood?"
Mm-hmm.
As he walks you up a big, long dockway filled with devils, spine devils, horn devils, some ice devils, well, one ice devil, barbed devils. You finally get to what looks to be a castle. Upon walking into the castle, you see a bunch of elvish guards and devils all together.
I say, I think I'm in the right place.
The iced devil then takes the chain from him and throws you on the floor, and bends over and says, "I did tell you, if you came peacefully, you would not look like such a fool." As he pulls you back up and walks you to the throne room. When you get to the throne room, he uses his fork to hit you in the back of the kneecaps, collapsing you. And then he puts the edge of the fork on your shoulder, ready to impale your neck if you try anything. 5 minutes later, you hear, "Silence as the royalty enters," as you hear the sound of fluttering wings whooshing in the air, as Lucifer comes out of the door that opens, flying, holding what looks to be her father's moonblade.
I say, long time no see, Lucy.
She looks at you, kind of surprised, then seconds later wipes it as if she doesn't know you at all. She then says, "What brings this orc to my shores? This man claims he came looking for, what did you say, an ambassador in the Abyssal?"
A royal advisor and a dear friend who I can already tell is in this room.
"In this room," as he hits you in the lower back with the handle of his fork. I suggest you stop talking nonsense. Perhaps the insanity got to him and we should put him out of his misery. As Lucifer raises her hand and says no. Perhaps for his life in return he will swear allegiance to our cause instead of killing him. What say you, Orc?
Lucy, please stop playing like you don't remember me. You know exactly who I am, and you know I will stand by you. You helped me gain control of my kingdom, and I shall help you with your goal. I promised you that from the day we were friends on the abyss, from the day I met you in the pub in the Wessex. And I know you still happen to have a set of the exact cards we played with. I saw them on the boat.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. The Lucy you're thinking of is dead. I have done so much since her burial.
What do you mean? I know she's not dead. I got the seed that said if she was alive on any abyssal, it will bring me to her. And this is where it brought me. So clearly she's still alive here.
Clearly what once was isn't what is. After all, does war not change a woman after time? Does being trapped in the abyssal for 75 years not change a person's point of view in this world?
Lucy, what do you mean 75 years? It's only been a year back on Earth. I just found a way to find you, and I got it as soon as I could. And I came.
Back on Toril.
Yes, back on Toril. It's been a year.
I have not heard Toril in so long.
Lucy, you know who I am, and you know I'm willing to help you. But you cannot let them kill me. You know the reason I acted out on your general was because I am nothing more than if, when threatened or scared, I turn violent. It is who I am, much like your precious demons in this abyssal. I would fit right in, just look a little different. And I can be by your throne, by your side, as your advisor, like you were to me, back on what was it called?
Toril.
On Toril.
Perhaps. But now I no longer go by the name of Lucifer, as like I said, I put her to rest and buried her myself. My name and new hearing is Bloodhera.
I said very well.
Have you heard of the Wand of Orcus?
We destroyed it.
We destroyed it.
That's how you got here, isn't it?
You mean you and Lucifer?
Yes.
Perhaps I will have to unbury her and ask her where she planted the seed, so we can get the wand back. After all, if we're gonna kill a god, we need the power of a god. Not all might comes in numbers, after all.
I'm so confused. What do you mean unbury if you said you didn't kill her?
Like I said, I killed Lucifer, buried her with my own hands, and my name is now Bloodhera. Do you align yourself with Bloodhera, or do you align yourself with the Red Sea?
I say, if you can show me my friend's body one last time, and put my mind to rest that she is finally sleeping peacefully, I will join your cause.
Believe me, if I could, I would. But there is no way of getting a man like you to see that kind of a thing.
Why?
It is more of a magical essence, you see.
I have some magic capabilities.
Indeed. But not enough to mind read. Do you?
So it's a figurative body. Just her mind. You've changed your whole mind.
You can look at it as that, yes.
I say, well, I believe my friend's still down there somewhere, and I will help get her out, and I promise in acquirance for this seed to help you reach your full potential, so I shall.
Good.
I say, but I will need my weapons, armor, gold, etc. back.
Perception have. Actually, insight.
12.
On her waist, you see the Moonblade Sword of the King of the Elves on Eternus, aka Lucifer's father's sword.
I say that is Lucifer's sword.
Actually, it is her father's sword, of which we killed upon burying her, and claimed the kingdom. Hence why now there are elves dining and feasting with us in the abyssal. Don't light my thing on fire, F.
I'm trying to do an experiment. Why don't you make it glow? Not glow.
After all, a wise man once said, power is everything, but only if you have the land to support it. Our next move was an orc kingdom in Toril. Problem being, we are stuck here, and have yet the access to leave.
I say, what's orc kingdom?
A kingdom high up on a mountaintop, rained with thunder and lightning,
Are you happy?
and a ruin underneath the
Are you
mountain.
happy to talk about, what is it? Fuck. What's it called? Mine? What is my kingdom called? Or
Whatever you called it after you took it over. Never had an official name. It was just the Orc Kingdom.
do you just mean the whole orc kingdom? The unnamed one?
Of course.
Well, what if I could just do you one easy thing right now? I can ally with you. I already have. That kingdom can be in your allies. I rule as king on that land. I am King John of the Orc Kingdom.
Interesting.
I say, if you don't believe me, I say, bring me the one sword with the green handle that was taken from my belongings.
Anybody can work a magic gem.
I say, I am the only one that can reveal the inscription on it.
The inscription.
As being one of the first Orc King's bloodlines. There's an inscription on the blade. I have only seen it a couple times, but I am certain I can conjure it enough to show you that I am who I say I am.
Would it deter you if I said the current Orc King wanted me to destroy your kingdom in order to reclaim that sword for him?
What do you mean?
As apparently it was stolen from him.
What do you mean? I am the current Orc King.
So you claim. However, there is an Orc King from Toril that has come here and pledged his allegiance to help me rule this floor. In return, he offered me to kill a false king and reclaim whatever treasures so long as he got the sword of the king's back.
I say, then how about this? If he is a true orc king, or states he is, me and him will fight to the death, and the winner will be deemed the orc king on Taboo, or Toral, and align with you and hold the orc king's sword. But I will be the one wielding it as my weapon. But once,
do you really
and
think a
if
king
he
would
kills
agree?
me, once and if he kills me, he can have the sword and the power that goes with it.
Or I offer you as tribute to him for appreciation of his so kindly supporting my cause.
He has nothing to support you with. He is not king. I am king.
He rules a kingdom of devils, such as I, filled with devils and orcs, just like I, devils and elves.
I run the orc kingdom to rule. I can ally with you. He is nothing more than a fraud. And if he is a true orc warrior, an orc king, he will have the honor to fight me in a one-on-one combat for leadership. That is the orc's way.
But did you know that his bloodline is running your kingdom right now? Come have a look in this pool of blood.
I go down.
As you peek your head in, Lucifer, aka Bloodhera, shoves your face in as if she's drowning you. But you can see as if it's like Harry Potter, the whole image going on, you know?
Okay.
So you see the images of an orc skull with a battle axe across it from the back, being put up all around. The man you left in charge takes off his religious robes that he wore for you for so many years to reveal that tattoo branded to his forearm, as well as his under armor is branded with that. And you see a mass massacre of the people loyal to you as a bunch of them get away and retreat to Onslaught, the furthest away from the kingdom. As she pulls your face out and says, "Do you see how different time is here? He thinks you're going to be gone for a few days, therefore only has time to act for a few days. Whereas I've been here for 75 years. You said it was a year your time, did you not?
Yes.
Now how long did you use him in, we'll say, Lucifer's place?
A year. I had to have her replaced as soon as she was gone to make sure I had an advisor. I needed to have an advisor, but I did not fully trust him and gain the trust I gave for Lucy.
But nonetheless, you gave him enough power to make allies in your own kingdom, yes?
I did not give him power to make allies. I told him to watch the kingdom and keep them in order while I was gone. I did not say to ally with anybody. He had no right to do so, but I do have the right. As soon as I go back there, I will reclaim my spot on the throne by killing him. And I will prove that I am the true Orc King.
Or maybe we could have 2 Orc Kings.
What do you mean?
After all, he is the same as me, trapped here in the Abyssal. Unlike you, we cannot roam free between until we have satisfied the gods that have sent us here.
I say, so what are you entailing?
Well, I entail that you, in time, renounce your kingship, until, of course, you get back to not despise anything with him, but just so he does not divert from our cause. In return, I will ensure he does not take the sword, unless he does fight you one-on-one for the sword.
I say that does not make there two orc kings. I am still but nothing down here.
That is why you must renounce your kingship. As this floor has very, very bad luck to those who visit, and don't tend on staying. So before you sell it, I advise you renounce it while you're here, so you still have claim in your world.
Fine.
In truth, your kingdom is run with that sword, is it not?
The kingdom is ruled by the strongest warrior. Only the warrior that can protect the kingdom under all costs.
I see.
The sword is mere just a symbol and a gift passed down from my grandfather to my father to me as we ruled the throne.
Fascinating. Do you know what a moonblade is?
I say it's the thing on your waist.
Yes, but do you know what it is?
Vaguely, if you would care to indulge me a little more, I would love to know.
A moonblade is a sword crafted, or a rapier crafted by the elves, for only elves. It is a magical sword, whereas each bloodline that wields the sword, that sword gains another power. Upon the bloodline fully coming to an end, the sword also comes to an end, and will cease to function with its magic. However, if the elf bloodline lives, any elf can wield this sword and use the magic. However, she takes it off her waist, throws it to you. You can wield it as you please, and it will have no effect for you other than an ordinary rapier sword. As she flies down, takes it back, puts it back on her waist. The sword has been in my family now for 5 generations, me being the 5th. Well, 6. Me being the 6th generation. My power has not yet been claimed on this sword.
Because you have not yet died.
Correct. It has not yet been passed on to the next generation. I must first, of course, as you know, have a son for it to be passed on. As you know, Lucifer did have a brother, but he did not last in the assault we took to their precious capital. As all the devils and the elves start to laugh. Now what say you? You renounce your kingship on the abyssal side, so bad luck and misfortune doesn't strike you, and we say we still make you second Orc King alongside the abyssal Orc King, but first Orc King in Toril, of course.
I see. Very well.
After all, I'm assuming you're not leaving until you figure out what I've done with your precious friend.
I say you do have a point. I have no need to leave until I find my advisor and I'm able to at least take her body back for a burial.
So, all of a sudden, you see her turn back into the Lucifer you first met in the bar. And she is like, don't worry. I'll always be this Lucifer in one way or another. Just I won't really be her, as she turns back.
I say, Lucy. I say, how did you do that?
Magic.